Hey guys, I'm gonna listen to Flatwater and show you some astrology stuff, okay?
To the left and right, in the etheric darkness above the hemispheric vault of the Earth's atmosphere, are the two charts. They are placed here deliberately to show what effects that the radiance originating from above the Earth have, and that planetary aspects can and do actively affect the general weather and sometimes meteorological phenomena of the Earth. If these aspects are known and can be anticipated, an accurate prognostication can be made because of it. The chart on the left offers specific effects caused by planetary conjunctions,
Saturn,
oppositions,
Jupiter,
and
Mars,
squares upon the
Sun,
Earth's
Venus,
weather
Mercury.
within the 4 seasons, indicated as V, spring, AE, summer, A, autumn, and H, winter. To the right is a circular chart showing planetary aspects enabling one to generally predict weather. The words opening of the great gates of heaven are in the...
That's very general. That's a very general way to predict weather. That I'll show you all the aspects he's about to say in a second, and that's a lot.
outer circle. Under these words, there are various astronomical aspects well known to astrologers and astronomers that produce rainfall when present.
Okay, here
These
we
are the moon is passing out of conjunction, the square or opposition with the sun, Jupiter or Mars, and directly transits Saturn, Mercury or Venus or vice versa when present. These are the moon is passing out of conjunction, the square or opposition with the sun, Jupiter or Mars, and directly transits Saturn, Mercury or Venus or vice versa. Astrologers predict abundant rain and possible flooding under these aspects.
Okay, when they say directly transiting, this is so old. In like newer astrology, we would say parallel. So that's the same declination. I think that's probably what they mean. All right, what parallel means or directly transiting, I'm pretty sure what it means is because they didn't say parallel a long time ago in old books. They said directly transiting. What I think that means is, in astrology we call this right ascension. This part, right ascension, from where things appear to or ascend in the east. That's RA. And then we call this part declination, north and south. So this is north and south, anywhere on here, right? So say I'm making a chart for me right now with 63 west, 45 north, and whatever's on the ascendant here. Say I'm making that chart right now for me. Well, I know that this is the eastern tip of where I live, right here. That's what I'm seeing to my east here in the sky. That's the view I'm seeing. If I look east and then turn my body, that's what I'm seeing. The same view as this. Now, if it was night and a wandering star was here, and a wandering star is here, they are conjunct, right? Like they're on a different part, but they're conjunct that time because they're at the same 23 degrees. But they could also be the same 23 degrees on declination. So they can be parallel or transiting each other, like so close that they're even closer. So you could have, see what I mean? You could have Venus could be here, and like Mars could be here. Or Venus could be there and Mars could be like right beside it. So it's even closer. So in 2020, we had like one of those. We had so they say it was the closest one in 400 years, where Jupiter and Saturn were not only conjunct in the same degree, but they were conjunct closer than they've been in hundreds of years. So that was the 2020 solstice, where we had Jupiter conjunct Saturn, and like all the leaders were playing Kumbaya, and let's everyone get those magical shots, and everyone who wasn't on board got booted out, and that's all everyone saw. You only saw like all of these main countries, the main flow of people saw that all of these leaders getting along, and even though they were fighting about all these other big wars and all this important other worldly stuff, they somehow got along for this, to get everyone to get the same shot. That's so together, the two leaders coming together. That's Jupiter and Saturn. That's all liberals and all conservatives coming together for the greater good in Aquarius. That was that. And of course some of us are like, that wasn't the greater good, of course, but I mean that was The illusion that everyone bought. I mean, not everyone, but the grand scheme of things, a lot of people bought that as this is going to save everything. And then they went on a whole spew with that past. Anyways, that's what that's what I think directly transiting means. So that's a lot of aspects, right? He just said when the moon, astrologers will be able to tell there's rain when the moon is leaving a conjunction, a square, or an opposition to the sun, Jupiter, or Mars, or when it end when directly transiting Saturn, Mercury, Venus. That's a lot of things. So these things happen all the time. These don't, though. And yeah, like this is a huge study to get into when you're trying to get into this stuff. So basically, if this is my RA, this is the right ascension, this is my east, which that's what these charts are, right? This is the ascendant. This is drawn, an astrology chart like this. Or you could easily make this with a stick in the ground now, because if you know basic astrology and stuff, then you could do that. Like we could do it right now. We know when the sun rises, and we know it's Libra. And the moon's just coming out of that half. The moon's growing a bit because it's past the exact square. So at the exact square, it's straight. It's a straight line on that moon, on that half moon. Now it's rounding out of it. When it's in Aquarius, it's going to be the waxing trine where they're 120 degrees apart, and they're both, so it's both air signs. It's Libra and Aquarius, and they'll be getting along. That line will be blue, getting along better, not causing as much tension. Like Moon to Mars right now. Moon to Mars is going to go wink over here and square that Mars. Even tighter. It's going to be Moon square Mars, you guys. Ooh, scary. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah. All in the weather. A lot of things. But what are you going to do with this stuff? You guys want me to make videos showing you how you could use that stuff? Oh, and then also he says in the video, like, astrologers keep some parts secret because it's very important to predict rain and stuff.
The next circle shows the opening of the lesser doors of heaven, by which aspect consequentially produce rainfall. These were kept secret that the astrologers seldom divulged, because this information could be very useful. The central portion of the chart shows the sun and moon tracking across.
I highly doubt it's being kept secret. If there's these elites that have these amazing astrologers, they're probably all doing charts and using their harp and their other things with charts, with these sort of things in mind. You see what we could do with this? Like, I could sit here predicting weather for why? I don't know. Why? What? Man, I got stuff to do. But it would be fun to get in a group with people and do this kind of stuff, because I do have a lot of insight into these sort of things. So if anyone wants to work with me that's not scared of me, that's cool. I got called full of hate last night, which I really don't see at all. I can see how I can sometimes suspend my emotional responses to things and become completely like autistic and Aquarius like and airy, and just ask without emotion, like, what are you doing, what's this? Then when I act like that, people accuse me of being full of hate. It's so funny because I'll just try to be completely logical about it, and then they're like, why do you hate me? Oh. Then what do? I have to laugh it off, so I'm making comedy, whatever. Bored. If you guys want to make videos like this with me, or like look at charts and like do weather stuff, then leave me a comment. Otherwise, I'll let someone else do it, because why? What's the point? I'm not going to sell books and calendars. I'm just here trying to be a farmer, but I'll do your chart if you want. Email me.